Alright, hello people from the internet, hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. The time has come for me to play on stream once again because a crawl tournament is about to happen. I got myself some green tea with stevia, which I haven't tasted. Um, Still pretty hot. Smells good, smells more of stevia than green tea. I feel like I may have added a bit too much stevia. It certainly is sweet. Yeah, I definitely added too much stevia compared to the amount of green tea that I added. Mm. I also only added the equivalent for 2 cups of green tea, and I needed to add three. I forgot. Mm. Well, it's pretty much a stevia tea then. Still kind of tasty, though definitely not as good as green tea. Um, so yeah, we're waiting for the tournament to start. It starts in about 20 seconds. I hope you all have fun with the tournament. Um, this time I did manage to do the thing. I set up everything before the tournament started, like the macros and the RC file, and the tournament has started. So yeah, go! It's time to begin. Play crawl. Yeah. I don't want to play Oni nor Alchemist because I have 100% win rate on those. But I do want to play. Let's see. What do we start the tournament with that is not Oni or Alchemist? Let's go for something really simple and easy. Troll Hunter. Yeah, okay, Troll Hunter should be easy. 11 unarmed combat. I should have trimmed my fingernails too. I feel like they're interfering a little bit with. Oh, of course, yeah. I feel like they're interfering a little bit with my keyboard things. Yeah, I forgot that I needed to change this. So I didn't forget everything. Yeah, sometimes I forget a lot more than this, but this time I have my macros and I have um, my RC file, so we're good. Yeah. Oh, wait a second. Oh no, I forgot. Hunter is no longer like if you are a hunter, you don't get throwables. The throwable background is gladiator or something. Mm, I don't like that change. But anyway, it's a troll, so it doesn't matter. Like I sure think that it would be better to just have a little bit of extra strength from the different background because hunter is a dexterity background. So now I have 13 dexterity and 18 strength, and at least it's not like it's a useless stat like intelligence. So it could be worse, but I did want my nets and my large rock. Those things are kind of important. I'm going to go Okawaru. I haven't gone Okawaru since Okawaru got reworked, which is kind of wild considering that the rework happened a couple of months ago. But I just haven't been playing a lot of crawl since September, you know. Um, Cutting down on the amount of crawl that I play has been the correct thing to do, I think. Um, okay, that could have been pretty bad because of the ribbon worm plus a snake. I don't like the fact that like that kind of thing can generate on D2. I feel like almost any other character would have died in that position. I only didn't die because I'm a troll and I have regen from the very beginning. Because I was poisoned and I was getting hit by 3 things at the same time while ensnared at some point. But troll things. There is a tournament banner for winning with a Faded Altar God. Let's see what we get. Trog Ruxum. I'll do it. Okay, I guess we're playing Trog. I was gonna go Kawaru, but oh, Sox or like Nem's choices for Misits in the Acolyte. That's actually really easy. If I fail this run, I'm gonna start a 4 Misits in the Acolyte. Sling of Draining, kind of evil. kind of laggy. Though I did read the server notice. It seems that the server was scaled up a little bit in anticipation for the tournament. It's still a bit laggy, but I guess that's just the norm. You know, it is what you have to expect when it comes to one of these tournaments. Mm, you know, having Trog is actually really lame because I don't think I need the Berserk. The bros are like, I've always thought that bros are pretty lame and underwhelming and weak, and Trog doesn't give armor. So like, I don't care about weapons, obviously. Um, at least I can Circ that Orc Warrior. Like, yeah. D3 Orc Warrior. Not a lot of characters can kill a D3 Orc Warrior. If I hadn't gotten Trog, I wouldn't have even tried to kill it or to fight it in the first place. But yeah, playing Tevi made me realize that like, it's funny because I kind of made a whole 360, and I do intend to say a whole 360 when it comes to randomness in games. Like, originally I thought that randomness was bad in video games, and then I played Crawl, and then I started to warm up to the possibility that maybe randomness is not so terrible in games. And then I played Tebi, and I was like, okay, now randomness is pretty bad in games. I would like to not find anything to fight. I would like to go up. Got our Dragon Form Talisman, which, nicely enough, being a worshipper of Trog, I can actually use it. Tags are kind of worthless. Yeah, that has been there for a while, ever since new tags got reworked. Like, I liked old tags a lot more because there were limited amounts of them. Now that you can just put whatever you want in there, um, it kind of defeats the purpose of having tags. They might as well not exist. Yeah, I did see the form visits in Dracolite, but by then I had already started this character. So if I do not get this character going, I'll play a form visits in Dracolite because that's actually kind of easy. Um, Scarf of Harm. I'll wear it only because I am a troll. If I wasn't a troll, I wouldn't be using this. So yeah, I went Faded Altar, got Trog, and I have used the Berserk once versus versus an Orc Warrior in D3. Roll of Resistance. Hold on, I do want one of those. Give me that. Yeah, that's actually a really good thing to find. Alrighty. D5 Wraith. Um, Once again, another thing that most characters wouldn't be able to deal with, but I'm a troll. Not only am I a troll, I'm a harm troll, so I hit super hard. Yeah, damage rating right now is 25. On D5, my damage rating is 25. But that's no novelty or anything. Not, I don't think that trolls have received any changes at all in this version. They have always been really strong. Found a Ring of Willpower, so less of a chance to get absolutely hosed by a Hex. I like that. If I somehow happen to win this in my first attempt, I will take a break, go eat something, and then come back after around 2 hours. I also want to take a shower in between games to freshen up. And then I'll start another character. You know, just like do a little bit of good old tournament as I used to do it back in the day. There were some occasions where I just like streamed the whole 10 hours. Like, I streamed from the start of the tournament until my headset died pretty much. I don't think I can get away with that anymore. In fact, it's kind of crazy that I was able to do that at all in the first place. Yikes. Do you have a shield? You don't, so I'm just gonna kill you. Yeah, once again, doing things that other characters wouldn't be able to do, like berserking a bunch of nulls on D7. Um, yeah, pretty much standard early game troll. Not much to say here. It's strong, and it is even stronger because I am a Trog worshipper. So if there's any fight where I, for some reason, think that I cannot win, I can just press the berserk button, and then I like, unless it's a fight that I really, really shouldn't be taking, I'm gonna win that fight. Thanks to the Berserk button, right? Like, even for something like this, which is like multiple monsters hitting me at the same time, in the very early parts of the game, I'm strong enough that I don't even need to Berserk. Okay, I shouldn't fight the bees. Yeah, as strong as I am, I still think that it's probably for the best not to mess with the bees. Hmm. Okay, lucky me happened to actually hit the bee. I think that I can consistently one-shot them, but I do need to hit them for that. Um, Not such an impossible ordeal with 13 dexterity, but still probably not something that I should rely on. Okay. Ouch. How much damage was that? 57. I did have harm, but I thought that maybe since I had since it was so slow, maybe I would be able to beat it without it seriously hurting me. But at the end of the day, I am still a troll. I have to reiterate it multiple times. Like, I'm getting away with doing things that I really shouldn't be able to get away with, because I'm a troll, and I am aware of that. It is important to know, like, oh yeah, like doing this with any kind of other character won't really get me the same results. Talking about those things. Yeah, 4Bs is a bit above my pay grade, it seems. Oh man, I'm gonna get smitten and killed by Gastronok. Heal wounds on my first attempt. That's extremely, extremely lucky. Now I don't know what to prioritize here. I am regening a lot, by the way. I have 3 regen per turn because not only do I have the troll regen, I have an amulet and I have Trog's hand. So that's a lot of regen. I don't think I die here. I still go for the heal wounds just to be safe. But yeah, okay, here we go. Um, Back to complete and absolute safety. And 4 pips of piety too. Phantom mirror. I guess I'll buy that at some point. Let's buy these things. The scrolls, the unidentified scrolls. I don't have money for them because I used my money on this amulet of regen. Definitely worth it. I think that if you have such a cheap amulet of regen offered to you so early into the game, you really have to buy it the moment you can because it's a really strong item. Regen is such a strong property in the game. Um, I used to like regen even when it was half of what it currently is, but a couple of versions ago it was buffed into being 2.5 times stronger, and then that has to be nerfed into being only 2 times as stronger as it used to be. Um, I'm gonna search Gastronaut just to play it safe, because Gastronaut can hit pretty hard. Okay, that went pretty well. What do we get? A Hat of Stealth. That is a nice thing to get. Little bit of extra armor class. Something that is very limited for a troll. It would be absolutely great if I happen to find something along the lines of gold scales, Nothing not too much to ask for, just gold scales. 11 unarmed combat, 11 fighting. We don't need invocations because I went Tokawaru. Um, Ranged weapons -4, that's so funny. The throwing is -1 only, but I don't think I have found any throwables. Unfortunately, I didn't start with throwables. I don't even know what to train. I guess we get 16 on arms combat. Offense is the best defense. The thing about offense is the best defense is that it is absolutely true, but you need to have some like good offense. Melee really doesn't count as good offense. What I mean by good offense is more like okay, yeah, I gotta play it safe. What I mean by good offense is more like Firestorm, you know, and Crystal Spear and an Iron Shot or whatever. That kind of thing. Why does this game have like so many two-headed ogres? This is like the fifth one that I've found. And the thing about them is like for most monsters, me having harm is a buff. For two-headed ogres is a pretty substantial nerf because I feel like I can easily kill them without having the harm, but the harm makes it so that I run into sketchy situations and stuff. And do note that every time I found a two-headed ogre, I've played it safe and I've gone um, for the what is this thing called curare? Yeah, I went for the slow every time, and still every time I've gotten hit pretty hard. What is this thing? Okay, let's go buy these scrolls. What do you mean I don't? Oh, I don't have enough money for the Phantom Mirror. Yeah, of course I don't. Ah, well, let's start reading scrolls. I was not going for the achievement of getting to whatever without using scrolls or items. It just happened to be that I was that strong and I made it pretty far without having to use a consumable, but I did end up having to use the potions of heal wounds at some point, so might as well just use everything if I already broke the conduct. Okay, we're done. I don't think I found blinking. I re-identified on so many of my scrolls and I didn't find blinking. I did get fear, and I apparently have 7 teleports, so 3 fog as well. That will be useful in time. Um, yeah, I hope that you all have fun with the tournament. I will try to have fun myself. Um, um, as long as I can manage to reposition, we're fine, but it doesn't seem like it's gonna be possible. I'm gonna re-teleport. Better play it safe than die in a situation where you can choose to not die. Am I right? Um, I hesitated for a second because, you know, slime creatures are not really that dangerous for my character. At least if they don't stack up and they don't decide to hit you for 56, yeah, that is yet another situation where I feel like harm is not really doing a lot for me. In fact, it might be for the best that I unequip it. Yeah, I need a corridor. With a corridor, I can easily kill these guys, even without poison resistance. Still gonna go for the Trox Hand for safety. No reason not to go for the Trox Hand. It is not precisely free, but it's not like I'm gonna use a lot of Troch Piety anyway. Troll Letter. So what is better between the willpower and the resistances? I think that Troll Letter might be better for now, but at some point I would like to have the resistances. I certainly like having almost 3 regen per turn. And it goes well above that. It goes to 3.6 if I use Trox Hand. Instant confusion, unfortunately. With it also on the screen, that's kind of scary. I do have a potion of curing, which I'm going to immediately use, Trox Hand. And now it also cannot vanish me. Definitely a nice thing to have access to thanks to Troch. Yeah. I also had a willpower item equipped, but you cannot rely on a single willpower item to not get destroyed by a hex. With a species that has 3 willpower per level up, and trolls have 3 willpower per level up. More talisman. Oh yeah, I should go for shape-shifting. Yeah, why am I training on armed combat? Let's just go for shape-shifting. Because I already have a dragon form talisman, so that's a really good thing to think about. Like I already have Dragon form. Um, the earlier I like, how expensive is it to even get this usable? 16. It's 100% training, you will reach 16 in about 2.7 experience levels. How, just to give myself an idea, I'm about to be 11, level 12. So it would be 14.5 before I enter Lair branches. If I dump literally all of my experience towards shapeshifting before I can use Dragon form. But it's Dragon form, it's definitely worth it. Not to mention that that skill will also go towards statue form if I eventually find it. Mm. A little bit of stevia tea. I wanted to be I wanted it to be green tea, but it is stevia tea more than green tea. You can still feel the little tanginess in your tongue from the green tea. You know, um, that feeling that you get when you eat something that, like, I don't know. I associate this feeling to something with like antioxidant properties. It may not be the case, but that's how it tastes to me. The taste of green tea. Mm, but it's mostly stevia tea, unfortunately. Oh man. Still pretty decent. Yeah, I wouldn't have it again, but it's not like I feel like I cannot drink this and I need to throw it down the drain. Unfortunately, it is not the case. Skeletal Warrior. I'm also on D12. Perhaps I shouldn't be on D12. I feel like I can probably take on one of these in a 1 versus 1 if I berserk it. Yeah, just like play it safe with the Circ. Let's go to Lair. So, we have a little bit of an issue here. It's not really that much of an issue, but it is more like a somewhat of an annoyance. If I find a lot of Hydras, like Hydras, I'm a troll. Troll claws chop off Hydra heads. You know, it sucks. It shouldn't be in the game, in my opinion, but it is in the game, so gotta play around that. And I don't have a good way to kill them. Now, I could dump some experience into maybe evocations. You know what? My ones are actually pretty decent. I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I'm gonna need like 6. I don't want to go much higher because the aptitude is absolutely horrendous, and I do want to. Do you have distortion? Okay, you don't have distortion. Mm, I do want to get my form going as soon as possible. Okay, there's an Hydra. Um, Man, if I had Potion of 3 identified, I don't know which one it is. I'm starting to think that maybe I should have read identified on the potions instead of on the scrolls. Random drinking? Oh man, okay, let's do it. Haste. Haste is actually really great. Um, I have some silver jabs. I don't think that they will be enough to get the job done, but maybe they will soften up the Hydra a good amount. It certainly is doing the trick. Okay, okay. Wand of Roots on the Hydra. We walk away a bit because I'm hasted, and I can continue doing this. Okay, the Hydra is almost dead. I should definitely not melee it. There we go. Okay, so it turns out that 5 silver jabs is enough to kill the Hydra. I'm not gonna complain about that, especially because I have no training. Mm, I hope I find Roxanne. Roxanne is guaranteed to have a Randart statue form talisman, which might be worse than a normal statue form talisman. I hope that it is better, you know? Ouch. Man, huge damage from these monsters. What was it? Was 27 and then 25. Really rough. Mm. I'm starting to think that I really should take off um, the harm thingy, because it's not like I need. Oh, yeah, the harm thingy. That's why I managed to kill the Hydra in the first place. Okay, maybe the harm thingy is not as bad as I thought. It just so happens that whenever I get like, I feel like by Lair, you you really start to run into the limitations of being a troll. And by the way, like this is not completely interrupting my train of thought. This is rewording it to better describe what I'm thinking. And like yeah, by Lair you start to run into the limitations of a troll, and a troll is like fragile, right? Like it has a hard time acquiring defenses because their evasion is gonna be garbage no matter how much you train it, and their armor class is not gonna be good unless you happen to get lucky and find some form of dragon armor. Um, so all they have is their overwhelming offense, and I feel like harm is exacerbating what's easily the worst possible thing about troll, which is the fact that like sometimes they just get hit and they explode. So I'm gonna take it off, and I let's see how it goes if I take it off. There is what do we have here? Ice cave. Okay, I have a robo resistance. So we have cold resistance. I think that I also have a ring of cold resistance. Yes, I do. We can get rid of willpower for a bit. And let's read magic mapping. And okay, we're pretty close to it. Yeah, I should be able to do this. And also, ice caves sometimes have some really, really strong items like cold resistance shields or dragon armor. Ice dragon armor is not uncommon. Um, Yeah, I have so much armor or so much cold resistance that all these simulacra are not gonna be an issue. I would be very surprised if I happen to take big damage from anything that's not like a Hydra or an Entropy Weaver or something like that, simulacrum. The layout of this makes it really annoying to tap. Okay, should I berserk the statues? Let's try meleeing one. Yeah, it doesn't seems to be a necessity. I don't need to berserk the statues, which is nice because if you can beat something without berserking it, you really shouldn't berserk it because berserk, you know, dangerous downside. I can beat those guys, but I would like to fight with them one versus one. If I get slowed by the freezing rate, things could get complicated. Oh man, plus 6 battle axe of freezing is a pretty great item. But it's not better than claws. By the way, when it comes to claws, my damage rating with unarmed combat is about 38. That's a lot of damage. And it will get better if I use my Maw Talisman, which I was thinking of using. This merges your... Oh, to begin with, I don't have the skill required. I wanted to check how much I needed. 10. My skill is 8. Okay, HP 80%. And it melts your body armor, right? Yeah, while transformed, any body armor is melted. I don't think we want to have that right now. So let's go back to being a troll. Ouch. Yeah, as I said earlier, the only things that can probably like seriously hurt me with like a large burst of damage are Hydra Simulacra. And what dealt a ton of damage to me? An Hydra Simulacrum. I don't think I've seen this ice cave layout before, but I don't like it. Oh, I see. Hey, look at that. The Reaper got nerfed. Um, that's cool. I like that the Reaper got nerfed because I always thought that a Reaper at this point in the game is kind of ridiculous. Oh, it dragged me. It can do that now. I see. Yeah, after damaging hits, drag the defender backwards. So it pulls you towards it. It does a little get over here. Well, you're rooted, and I am next to you, and I'm a berserker, so might as well. Manual of Ice Magic, come on. Tower Shield of Cold Resistance. Okay, that's nice, and we have a hand cannon. Unfortunate that we didn't get gold skills. I think that gold skills can literally generate in this vault because this vault places some really good items. The hand cannon is really good, the tower shield is really good, and the manual is really good. But unfortunately, like, I'm not gonna say that it's worthless. the tower shield, but by the time I have the ability to use it, it's probably gonna be a while. Like I'm probably gonna have already found something equivalent or better by the time I actually want to equip that. What's my attack speed? 0.8, 0.7. That's actually not terrible. Um, okay, we beat the ice cave without using anything, so that seems pretty good to me. Let's go back to my original loadout. Let's get rid of all these rings of ice. Get rid of them and never pick them up again because I hate that item. Rings of ice and rings of cold resistance should be merged. As in, um, a ring of cold resistance should give you the enhancer and shouldn't give you weakness to fire. I feel like Rings of Ice and Rings of Fire are really, really underwhelming items that like you only use in the early game for the resistance because you don't have a proper Ring of the Resistance, and later on you don't really want them for their spell enhancer, right? At least I don't use them for that like ever. Why do I have 26 spectators in in Kelby? I wonder if that's like bugged or something. Have you noticed that it says right there 26 spectators? I wonder if I have more spectators there in Kelby than I do in like Twitch. um, we find Fanart and Fanart is a joke, and we find that we have Snake. It could be worse. Like in fact, if it's between Snake and Spider, I think that Snake is the ideal thing for me to go for. At least when it comes to Snake, I can kind of try to fight in 1v1, in a 1v1, like a safe 1v1, compared to Spider, which I'm gonna be forced to fight 17 monsters at the same time while completely surrounded in open arena. So yeah, with care, I think that Snake is gonna be easier than Spider. Bands of sharpshooters are gonna be pretty painful to deal with, but I think that almost every character has that issue. Um, I have so much regen with this character. 2.82 regen as of right now because I have 2 regen items equipped, plus I'm a troll. And if I really need to, I can always go for Troxcans to achieve some Jiva level regen. It's kind of silly. Yeah, like I am having some of the most immediate upside of being a worshipper of Jiva with none of the downside. Um, Oh man, I really wish that I could deal with these Hydras without having to use consumables. You know what I should do? I should use one of roots. Okay. The Hydra is dying even after taking off harm, which is pretty good. I was not sure that was going to be a possibility, but yeah. It turns out that training a little bit of evocations and using one of roots probably is doing a lot to help me kill those Hydras. I'm glad that I chose to do so because otherwise this would have been a bit complicated. I've always hated eels. I think eels shouldn't be in the game. Do I have a wand of flame? I do. Whatever. Yeah, eels are really annoying because they are at the best a wand of flame check, and if you don't happen to have one, then you have to exclude any tile with water on them, which is pretty lame. Um, Pretty bad gameplay in my opinion, and that's an opinion that I've held for many years. We got shoals as well, which is really rough. I think that for a character like this, I would have preferred Swamp. Even though Swamp is the land of the Hydras, at least we don't have to deal with a million Hydras now, but the alternative is probably worse. Really, the alternative to dealing with a million Hydras is dealing with a million monsters that can hit pretty much as hard as Hydras, but from the entirety of the screen. Um, if I happen to find some source of repel missiles, it would be really nice to equip it. Um, but that property is kind of rare, and the reality is that I'm going to go into the Lair branches under equipped. which is one of the main things that I do not like about Crawl as it is now. In my opinion, a lot of experience has been shaven off of the earliest part of the game, making you go really underpowered into the mid game, into the Lair branches. Um, and because of the Lair branches being made the way that they are made, like pretty much all of them, you're gonna be forced to be fighting surrounded in the open against a ton of monsters. Uh, that kind of thing doesn't happen in Bolts, so it's funny. It's really, really funny because Bolts is supposed to be harder than the Lair branches, but because of the way the levels are constructed, you can make it so that Bolts is easier. It's so silly. Like, it really is not well made, in my opinion. Anyway, magic mapping again. Let's go into the robo resistance again. Okay, how much skill do I have? 11.8. So I can go into Maw form now. Is it a good idea? Let's not give it a try, actually. Yeah, we need the fire resistance from my armor for this volcano. Hopefully the volcano will give me something good. Fire skills would be nice, considering that I already have a source of cold resistance. Um, let's see what we get here. Okay. This one is difficult, but I'm a troll, so I don't think it's gonna be nearly as hard as it would be for almost any other character. Okay, Behumet altar. I shouldn't have done that. Wand of Roots. Okay, and then we throw some jabs with 0 skill. At some point I'll start training for the jabs. I swear it. It's just that I want to have access to Dragon Form. I'm not even that far away from it, like 12.6 and, and Dragon Form is like 16. Of course, I would prefer to have statue form, but for now, dragon form will get the job done. And talking about that, dragon form gives me a lot more fire resistance than the robo resistance, so might as well go for it. Yeah, look at that. It's pretty much the same, except that I deal a ton of extra damage in melee. Like I deal significantly more damage in dragon form. Hey, look at that, red draconian. I can easily kill that guy in dragon form. In fact, in berserk dragon form. Yeah, why not? Why not berserk dragon form? Um, ouch. Yeah, things hurt, but I hurt a lot more. um, It's really nice. Yeah, that Red Draconian was the boss of this place, by the way. I could have used Kirare, but I didn't feel like I really needed to. Um, I don't want to run around in dragon form forever. Or does it matter? Let's do this. I'm gonna on transform. We're gonna wear the troll letter, and we're gonna. I think that I can drop the robo resistance now because I already went into a volcano and an ice cave. I don't think we're gonna be using that anymore, and we can go back into dragon form. Um, okay. So we have breath. No, 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 no. Just ability. We want the breath weapon to be on F. Yeah, okay. And we also have some wands and some more wands. Wand of light, it's only 7 charges, but it should be more than enough. Yeah, for the Hydra. Um, I think Dragon Form can actually deal with Hydras just fine. Between the breath weapon and the fact that its melee is significantly stronger, like it is crazy strong. It's so much stronger than the melee of being a troll. Um, I think that Dragon Form is like a good answer to Hydras, but I'm not sure. Like I can still get completely hosed by RNG. You know the nature of this God-forsaken game. You can just get absolutely hosed for no good reason because devs think that makes the game more interesting. And if that does happen, then like there's not much to do about it. Just like that. Okay, 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 okay. Calm down. Um, I'm gonna re-teleport. I think that I can get away with a teleport at this point. Gotta kill the Sky Shark. Yeah, the Sky Shark could kill me. Okay, so I think that I can deal with an Hydra, but I don't think that I can deal with an Hydra plus a bunch of support. Yeah, funnily enough, the bunch of support all together at the same time is like I can deal with it, but the Hydra I don't think I can. Um, as long as it is supported, of course. Um, that's what I mean. Ouch. Oh man, every time I see an Hydra, like the temptation to berserk it is so massive. You have no idea. Because I keep thinking, oh, like if I berserk it, it dies in like 2 attacks. But what if I just roll low enough that it doesn't die in 2 attacks and it just like keeps getting heads and heads? And not to mention that it was surrounded. It seems to be that when it is alone, I feel a lot more confident in meleeing it. Um, we got Lightning Rod, Resist Corrosion, cannot carry that many items. It sure would be nice if the player had a bit more inventory slots. Um, what am I going to get rid of? The enchant weapons can definitely go. I'm not using that. I have a lot of things that are unidentified, which is kind of a shame. I will most likely have to start using those things blindly. Um, but I really want to hold on to the scrolls. Like I've already identified so many of them, I might as well go the full distance, identify everything, and make sure that I don't waste the blinking. Because if I have not found blinking, and it's one of those 3 scrolls, that means that I only have 1 scroll of blinking in the whole game so far. Unfortunately, my character has rolled hard enough that I don't need blinking. But imagine if I was not something as titanic as what I am right now. One of removals. Trying to figure out why I have 8 anonymous spectators. You guess one is myself. Yeah, one is myself. Like, did you see that at some point I had like 27 or so? It was pretty wild. I wonder why those people spectate on the server and not. Oh, you know what it might be? It might be people cheating. Because apparently spectating someone slows down their gameplay or so, and like people trying to prevent others from getting the first win of the tournament or so, something along those lines. Yeah, someone was trying to mess with me. I didn't even notice it. The only reason why I noticed was because I looked at the tiles capture and I saw that I had like 20 something spectators. Um, yeah, I don't compete on speedrunning categories. Like, I don't want to ever do that, so it doesn't matter to me. If anything, it's a very mild annoyance because sometimes it can slow down the the connection to the server, or at least that's what I've heard. But like, doesn't matter to me. Not that I noticed it either way. Back to D12, the land of the Skeletal Warriors, and Rupert apparently. I feel like I can beat him, but I feel like it's so dangerous. Yeah, if I'm gonna fight Rupert, I'm gonna fight Rupert in a 1v1. Um, 3 Skeletal Warriors. I'm gonna circ them. Yeah. If I hadn't circed them, I don't think I beat them. Okay. 16. I'm not gonna go higher than 16. Maybe later. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna do this and this, and then I win. Yeah. I told you that I could beat Rupert. Blinking, please. Okay, yeah, I did have only 1 scroll blinking. We gotta treasure that. Really, it's such an important thing to have only one of. So I wonder at which point I'm gonna run into the inevitable issues of only having or like having weakness to cold in dragon form. Um, on Unlike what I said earlier about having fire skills, for dragon form I cannot just equip my tower shield of cold resistance and call it a day. Has someone already won? Yeah, like it's been 43 minutes since the tournament started. Surely someone has already won the game. These crazy speedrunners. Oh, you know what? That thing that I mentioned earlier, it's happened now. the unfortunate reality of having weakness to cold. And people say that that it's not an issue in the very early parts of the game, but like the reality is that it absolutely is. I'm gonna have to blink away from this one. I don't really see any other way to not die. I don't reliably one-shot it, dude. I got a bad roll. Like I only got the chance to melee it once. This is all one turn, pretty much, and I almost died and took 98 damage. And then I melee it for like no damage, and then it just hits me. But at least it didn't hit me as hard as in the first turn. But yeah, we blink away from this. Oh wait, I have butterflies. We butterflies away from this. Yeah, butterflies is like blinking in certain ways. Okay, we untransform to deal with that. We equip cold resistance. Hmm. Okay, now I can easily kill the simulacrum. +7 triple sword. So I think that I've only gotten 2 weapons from Trog. It was an Exec axe and now a highly enchanted triple sword. Um, okay. Back to willpower. Or do I want willpower? You know what? I think it's more of a risk to just get absolutely hosed um, by something with cold resistance compared to buy something with a hex. One the roots, and we. Oh, by the way, something really funny. You probably heard it. It's like my WhatsApp messages. Um, I find it really funny how I only get messages whenever I'm streaming. It happens so consistently. I'm not streaming, no one messages me, and I have that on to hear if someone messages me. I start streaming, and the moment I start streaming, I get a message. Um, we are going to use Wand of Light here. Oh, wait, Breath Weapon first, and then Wand of Light. Do I have Immolation? Okay, let's actually get funny with Immolation. And then Wand of Light. And people should start exploding soon, and they are exploding. By the way, if I find statue farm, I can use it now with no penalties, and that's pretty much my endgame armor. I'm gonna go back to fighting, and then we're gonna go back to unarmed combat. We're gonna want like 22. 22 is enough. I think that 22 is enough for 0.6 delay on unarmed combat. There we go. I have enough fire resistance so that the explosions are not an issue. We get a little bit of extra strength, just a teeny tiny bit of +3 strength. And there we go. And yeah, as I said earlier, by the time I haven't even begun training for shields, it's completely nonsensical given that I have not found statue form. If I have statue form, if I ever find it, then I have a reason to train for a shield. If I was to train for a shield right now, maybe all that experience goes completely to waste considering that I am running around in dragon form and that doesn't get access to the tower shield. But yeah, like I found another tower shield before I even started training for it. Getting a little bit laggy now, but only a teeny tiny bit. It's definitely not an issue, the same way that it has been in other tournaments. Okay. I think I should circ these guys. Do any of them have cold resistance? But yeah, it's kind of crazy how a couple of bad rolls, as in 2 misses, literally 2 misses, or was it 3 misses? Yeah, like look at this. It's actually a lot more than that. Okay, to begin with, this skeletal warrior that I was fighting at first seemed to be like a dodge master or something. Dodge like 5 or 6 attacks. But yeah, it's really rough when that kind of thing happens. It also had a super strong weapon. I think the next of these guys are not gonna be nearly as difficult. It's probably unsafe to fight them. Yeah, it's probably unsafe to fight them. I also don't need to, so might as well just go upstairs. Yeah. If the first one hadn't hit me for like 100 HP, I would have been able to kill all of them at the same time. Um, okay. I should quiver the breath weapon. This is so funny. I'm glad that the game gave me a dragon form talisman so early, because it really shaped my character. And now we're starting to get rocks. So once again, there's no reason for me to train for that kind of thing if I'm not going to be if I still don't have statue form, no rocks and no shields, of course. But if I happen to get statue form, then I do get to use the rocks and the shield. Um, you know what? I don't even need to fight these summoned monsters. I can just go upstairs and then downstairs. Okay, now I'm getting a little bit of lag, but it's fine. Cloak of the Thief. I've never liked the Cloak of the Thief. Some people consider it to be a really strong item because of the Fogu, but I don't. Let's go downstairs to D15. Yeah, sure. I mean, normally this is what I would do Orc, or a bit earlier than this, but it doesn't matter. Like, it really, really doesn't matter. Um, hmm. The Hydra coming from who knows where made things a bit more scary than they needed to be. Hey, look at that. That, what was it? Who was carrying that item? Or did I get it from Trog? Did Trog give me this item? Because it's actually a pretty decent item. I'm not using it, but it is a pretty decent item. This giant cloth. Do I have a team? No teams. I don't have a team this time. Nor do I want to organize one, really. You know, I didn't find Lodul, now that I think about it. I found a good amount of two-headed ogres and ogre bands, but no Lodul. Um, hmm. Oh man, Dragon Form is cheating. Look at this ridiculous thing. Your damage rating with unarmed combat is about 81. 81. I'm on D15. I've been playing for less than an hour. How is my unarmed combat so damaging? Like, I've had characters that end the game with significantly less damage rating than that. You could even say that even half of that they don't manage to get, especially like the weaker melee characters that are using like a short blade or something. Um, yeah, Dragon Form damage. It really it's gotten pretty nerfed compared to the previous iteration of Dragon Form. Still pretty good. And I do have to note that if it was a previous iteration of Dragon Form, I wouldn't even be able to think about using it because I'm a worshipper of Trog and a troll, so like I would never be able to cast that. On the other hand, this iteration of Dragon Form, it's pre Lair branches, and I have it. It's crazy. Um, you just have to get lucky finding the item. Let's do Orc. Willpower. Yeah, this is the place for willpower. Goodbye, cold resistance. I hope that it doesn't come back to bite me. Um, hello, willpower. Um, I could also not use. I don't probably don't care about the acid skills. Uh, I could also not use willpower and just use Trog's hand whenever I see an orc sorcerer or something like that. But I know myself. I know that I'm gonna forget, and I'm gonna get paralyzed, and I'm gonna take a ton of damage, and I'm gonna have to use my still only scroll of blinking, and I'm gonna be very disappointed at that. So might as well just equip the willpower and hope that the extra willpower chance prevents me from dying to that. Sork. It says Orc Sork. These guys have a 13% chance to destroy me. So, oh, Saint Roca. I think that I can beat Saint Roca. Yeah, I can beat Saint Roca. Okay. I was thinking of Immolation, but I don't think I need to. What do you have today? Heavy War Axe and Plate of Willpower. That's pretty nice item set, Mr. Roca. Okay. Perhaps I should. Oh, I was gonna throw Kirare, but you can't do that in your present form. You know what I can do? I can throw Scan and I can Circ. And that's an easy Saint Roca kill. That was like 4 turns or so. Notice Saint Roca killed Saint Roca. Apparently it was 12 turns for some reason. I don't feel like it was 12 turns, but if the game says it was 12 turns, it was 12 turns. Uruk as well. Yeah, if I killed Saint Roca, like, Uruk is obviously also killable. We get some jabs. The Death Talisman Hurrash with willpower. But it's so expensive. Minimum skill 23 for Death form. Doesn't it say anything about how it gives your melee attacks drain? I mean, the description does say it. I suppose. Foes struck by users' melee weapons or hands are weakened, slowed, and drained. Man, it's so strong. Yeah, it is so strong. If I kind of do want to go for it because it is so strong. But in reality, like that kind of thing would only be good if I also happen to have gold scales, and I feel like it's just too much experience to put towards those things because like that form is not cheap to begin with, and gold scales. If I wanna truly get the juice out of them, I need to train my armor skill, which also is not gonna be cheap considering that I'm a troll. Our talisman's OP. If you happen to find one early enough, just as I did, they can shape your run in the way that like you actually get to train for the talisman, and you get to use it early enough, which is exactly what happened to this character, and that's why I'm running around killing orcs in dragon form, killing Saint Roca in dragon form even. If those stars align, then I would say yes. I would say that it is kind of broken. It is kind of OP, but more generally overall, I would say that they are a nerf compared to the equivalent spell. Like for example, Dragon Form got pretty substantially nerfed compared to the spell version. It gives you less of everything, I think. Let me check to compare a bit. Probably gonna get to 18. What do we have here? Yeah, bonus armor class plus 12 plus 18 at max skill. Unarmed combat base damage 18 max 27, strength plus 10. So on the old version of Dragon Form, the base damage was 38. It was always 38. I think it was 32 plus clause 3, so 38. In this, even if you get it like maxed, it's never gonna be 38. It's gonna be 27. I think that you still get clause 3, but it is what 33 max damage, max base damage. Definitely not 38. So a nerf. But you may think, oh, it's only a small nerf, but it's not really a small nerf because you have to train a lot more to reach the max power. And even with the max power, it's still not as strong as it used to be. So a nerf. On the other hand, you have to think about the fact that I am a troll in Lair. Well, I was in Lair and I was using this. Um, Completely impossible to do that earlier. So more than a nerf and more than a buff, it's just a change. Like it now, it is different because it enables characters that didn't have access to the option before to actually go and use the talismans. It's pretty cool. Recently got back to crawl. Found my videos. I hope that you enjoy them. Nowadays I cannot post as much as I used to, but I have a couple of non-gameplay videos that I want to make regarding crawl. I just haven't gotten the inspiration to go for them. Okay, Snake. Played this game for 5 to 10 years, only 2 real wins. 2 in 5 to 10 years. That's wild. Like, whenever people say that, I cannot help but to compare it to my own experience. But in recent times, like, I have kept in mind that my experience with crawl is very much unlike the normal experience. Like, when I found crawl, I was 15 years old. I was obviously unemployed. I was also not in education at the moment, so I could literally dedicate all of my time to playing crawl and eating and sleeping. And like I know that a lot of people are not gonna be in that situation whenever they encounter crawl, so of course they're not gonna win as much as I did back in the day. Um, yeah, I found crawl in the period of time between my middle school and high school. I had to skip a year because I didn't go and take the high school exam, and when I did take the exam a year later, I completely destroyed it. And I was able to enter high school. And then I dropped out of high school. It was a whole thing. Demon Spawn Berserker and Healer Wizard. Healer Wizard. Um, when it comes to orcs, I like playing them as melee characters, and I assume that you also played it as a melee character because, like, that kind of thing is recommended, but it is like you're not meant to actually cast spells if you're playing a heal orc that starts as a spellcaster. You're meant to eventually pivot into good melee and just start with the magic that you have without like dedicating a lot of experience to it. Um, you played it as a plate mage. Yeah, nowadays you can do that a lot better if you go Sif Muna and you use Divine Exegesis. Ability Exegesis. Yeah, this thing, it's so ridiculous. It casts any spell that you want, that you have found, of course. Um, so you can be a heal orc wearing like the heaviest of armor and without training any magic and just go Sif Muna train invocations and every now and then just cast like Shatter or Dragon's Call or whatever you want to cast that's like super boss that you have in your spell library. And you can be a plate mage without having to dedicate any skill to casting. It's pretty funny. You think it was Behemoth? Behemoth is great for magic. Oh man, that sucks. I was positioning to lure those guys in, and the Guardian Serpent entered the screen, and immediately I just got surrounded, so I cannot get out now. Or I can. Oh, another nice benefit. I hadn't even thought about it, but being a dragon means that I'm too big to be constricted, so I can actually like move without fearing that I am going to die, or I'm gonna be trapped in a situation where I'm kind of doomed, which feels really nice. Yeah. Mm, shouldn't go down those stairs. Those stairs are like a blender, unfortunately. What did I start out? I'm a level 16 troll hunter. I started as a hunter accidentally. I wanted gladiator, but I forgot that hunter no longer gets throwables, and now the background that gets throwables is gladiator. That change isn't even in this version. It was like enacted a couple of versions ago, but I just didn't remember. Um, Alrighty, let's train more fighting because after all, I did acquire a manual of fighting. Might as well put it to use. Um, Yeah. So the things that I said earlier about the fragility of the troll and like their weaknesses, they kind of go out of the window when you have this crazy amount of damage output and this crazy amount of HP as well. Um, but I still shouldn't take this fight. Yeah, like I might be very, very tanky in terms of HP, but come on. Don't push your luck, especially not when you're at half HP. Now you're enjoying null hybrids. They're pretty easy mode. When it comes to nulls, I've never like really felt like I've had a lot of success with nulls. Like I've won my fair amount of nulls. Like I've won like 3 or 4 of them at least, probably more. But I've never thought of them as like truly easy mode, and the reason for that is that I like to fiddle around with my skills. Like I actually want to direct my character, and with null you don't do that. You just like you use whatever you find off the floor. Like it's almost inevitable that you're gonna end up with something really strong because a null gets access to everything without like having to plan ahead. But if you find something like truly special, like for example, this time I found um, what is this thing called? The Dragon Form Talisman, right? If I found that as a null, I wouldn't be able to use it. Also, I'm kind of dying here. It would be nice to not die. Why do you have that? No wonder I'm dying. Man, okay, so I have to say that like it's cheating. If a salamander has a +9 great sword of freezing, or like if it has to have a +9 great sword, at least make it a +9 great sword of flaming. Where did it even got that from? Why is it wielded by a normal salamander? I should be grateful that it is not a more powerful salamander at least. But yeah, that was ridiculous. Yeah, so that's what I was talking about when it comes to null. Like if I find dragon form early on, I cannot really use it as a null, nor I will ever be able to use it most likely. Um, Is that like a terrible thing that makes null unusable? Not really, definitely not, especially because going for something that requires big investment into a single skill is kind of a huge commitment and kind of a risk. So I feel like nulls are well suited if you are not like sure how to train your skills and stuff, but I like training my skills the way that I like. That's why I don't like trolls or like nulls so much. Anyway, round two versus the Salamander with the +9 greatsword of freezing, and I just like kill it completely trivially. Like I didn't even notice it was the one because I killed it so easily. But here it is. Yep, that was the Salamander. Um, this time it didn't even hurt me. By the way, that reminded me, I'm carrying a thing that I'm never gonna be using again. Yeah, those things. I'm not gonna be using those. I am going to stick with Dragon Form until I find Statue Form. And then I'll switch to Statue Form, which will nerf my damage, but will substantially increase my survivability, so it is very much worth it. In fact, it is so good that I might even train to the cap of 23. It is 23, right? Like, that 23 skill, you no longer get any benefits from training the skill. Oh, it's 25 now. It has to have picked it up. Yeah, did you see that guy? That guy was definitely the anime protagonist. Like I'm not the protagonist today. That guy was the protagonist. Um, yeah. If I hadn't noticed, or like, I don't know. I feel like I got really lucky there because I hadn't noticed by the time I decided to use teleport, and then I noticed like shortly afterwards. I noticed because I was like, okay, bad rolls. It happens. Let's teleport away, and then it hit me super hard. Uh, like after I used heal wounds, and I was like, okay, wait a second. Like they are actually vastly out damaging my heal wounds. Something weird is happening here, and then I realized. I got something funny here. What do we have? The plutonium sword. I'm gonna carry that. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna use it, but I'm gonna win with that in my inventory. After all, it is made out of um, this tasty metal. Did you hear? I heard something about plutonium being sweet, being very, very dense in calories. Like if you are, if it wasn't so insanely poisonous to humans, like plutonium could be used as a sweetener, and it has like a million calories too, which is pretty funny to think about. Mm, but yeah, alas, humans cannot eat plutonium. Um, Anyway, that's rune number 1. We should be on smooth sailing rest of the game, I would like to believe. Now, like I always say that getting to your first rune, like the between D15 and your first rune is probably like the most miserable part of the game, and the fact that I got through all of that without a lot of issues is really nice. Let's go ahead and go to vaults. Yeah, because what else am I going to do? I'm not going to go to shoals. I still want statue form, of course. Going here with my resistances is actually kind of making me nervous. I have to equip cold resistance now because I like frost hearts are a thing that exists here. If I run around with a weakness to cold, I'm just gonna explode, like the way that I almost exploded with the simulacrum earlier, and with the salamander earlier as well. Found my second scroll blinking. It's really nice. Okay, we found bodies. Bodies on Bolts 1. Also, this is new. March of Sorrows. Conjures a stream of stolen suffering, leaving clouds of excruciating misery in its wake and around its targets. This cloud of negative energy will rapidly drain the living of small fractions of their max HP. Yeah, just like drain clouds. When did you get that? And why did you get that? What did you lose? Did you lose anything? Did you lose anything? Bolt of Cold or Destruction Iron Shot. I think that bodies used to have imbies. I like the description for Boris, an ancient and powerful lich. Like all true liches, Boris is immortal and will regenerate his desiccated skeletal remains even if completely disintegrated. So yeah, I think I beat Boris. In fact, I can absolutely trivialize Boris by doing this. Yeah, now you die. There's absolutely zero chance of Boris beating me, a very strong dragon form troll, if I use a scroll of silence. It was probably overkill to use a scroll of silence, but like better safe than dead, right? Um, no need for me not to use the consumable that destroys the monster when I have the monster right in front of me. Uh, what would I otherwise be saving a scroll of silence for, right? So, would Trog be too strong if Trog had an active ability that silenced around you, like a Scroll of Silence evocable? Would that be too powerful? It would certainly be against the flavor of Trog. You know, noisy berserker cannot just make things go silent. It would certainly it would play into the flavor of mage hating, since most mages are incapable of casting spells if they're silenced. But I feel like Trog would never get something like that. Trog is kind of built around being like a strong early game goth, and the more the game goes on, the weaker Trog gets. Like the most powerful ability that Trog has, which is supposedly Brothers in Arms, I don't really think of these as that strong, because sometimes you get a Berserk Ogre, and at this point of the game, a Berserk Ogre is like kind of a joke. Um, yeah, like at this point in the game, it's not nearly as powerful as some of the enemies that you're fighting. Um, in like a vacuum, in a 1v1. let alone multiple enemies. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna step over here and I'm gonna read the scroll of immolation. Yes. And then I am going to read the scroll of teleports. Yeah. Step away from the wall so that the Frostheart stops Frosthearting me. Let's see if we can get a little bit of a sap on these guys. I'm not afraid of taking a ton of damage from like the explosions. I have good resistance. Um, I'm also teleporting anyway, so I would like to believe that I will be fine. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, there we go. I'm very close to where I was. In fact, I should untransform. Regen to full HP, retransform. Um, I hate that going into the form doesn't give you full HP. I feel like that's pretty lame. Um, I feel like that might have been a targeted nerf towards me because I like wearing regen body armor so that when I untransform, like I just have the regen and then I can reacquire my HP easily and quickly. Oof, I'm getting really messed up here. Um, it would be nice to not die to this guy. Might be a bit of ambitious thinking. Okay, went for Fogu. Uh, I immediately teleported away after using Fogu. I guess it's fine. This and a little bit of I don't have might identified. That's interesting. Let's use a bro. We get a troll, an iron troll. Okay, that's actually really strong. Yeah, iron trolls have a ton of armor class um, for a monster. So enemy monsters have a bit of a niche, a bit of a hard time actually killing those guys. Um, when it comes to stat evaluation for a monster, you really have to be, or for an ally that you summon, to be more precise, you have to be a bit more um, thoughtful of the fact that your allies are kinda consumables. They're not like that important. That amulet is absolutely incredible. I'm gonna equip it immediately. It's way better than what I had. It was cheaper too. Very funny. Um, so like since they're disposable, they don't need to be as tanky as you are, because it's not like you're really losing anything if it happens to die, unless it is a Beog ally, of course. Okay, yeah, incredible amulet. Now I have 3 pips of fire resistance. 5 strength 2, 3 intelligence to avoid any random death from brainlessness. Um, Yeah, we're going through it pretty fast. Maybe I get Speed Demon 3, which is winning the game in under 3 hours. Um, I used to think of that as impossible, but the first version where I tried to get it, I got it so easily, and I think that every tournament since I've been able to get Speed Demon 3 without even pressuring myself. Um, I remember the tournament before the first time I got it, I was practicing super hard like Hilorg Berserker or something like that, and I got to SOT in under 2 hours, and I like fought everything, and then a single killer clown soloed me from full HP, which was pretty unusual because it didn't even turn me into a bat or anything, or um, or I was literally full power, and the killer clown killed me like in a 1v1. It was super weird, especially after all that I went through. But yeah, it's just like unfortunate randomness, just like doing what unfortunate randomness tends to do. Um, it sure is nice to have 300 HP because look at the fight that I just got into. Like I took like 200 plus damage and I'm still okay. um, Wouldn't be able to do that in troll form. And in troll form, I wouldn't have like my defenses and resistances wouldn't be much different than what they are now, and I would have a lot less HP. So yeah, dragon form for the win. I still would replace it if I found statue form. When I find statue form. Still haven't found statue form talisman. I wonder if there's a gem banner in the tournament. Yeah, not that I care about that. Like, I would actually not pursue a gem banner. What do we drop? This. That ring is pretty okay. I should equip that ring. Man, I really want to equip that ring. It's a greedy thing. I'm not gonna equip it. Um, yeah, the 4 slay and the 2 strength are okay, but like it is a bit better than a normal ring of slaying because of the 2 strength. But it's not good enough to replace any of my current rings with. Hey, body is round 2. Um, mm, okay. Yeah, we don't want to get sapped by the Thunderhawk. I can kill bodies without silencing. I got something from Troch. Did I get a quarterstaff of flaming? I think it's pretty funny because Troch has given me like 3 or 4 really strong items already, and now I get a quarterstaff of flaming. Um, I should teleport. Yeah, I don't think I survived the rest of this. Lucky me that Boris was the first thing that I fought, because Boris I think could have killed me from that amount of HP in like a couple of bad rolls for me. It's for finding X unique gems, doesn't have to be in one game. Okay. Well, the way to do it, in case you're not aware, is going Jiba, and then you get the slime gem very easily. What is the real one? Okay, that's the real one. I still should read teleport, I think. I can use teleport very freely because I have so many of them. It helps a lot when to go through the early game without using any consumables, pretty much. I can actually use them in the mid game. Ouch. 77. Oh man, Thunderhawks. I hate Thunderhawks. Thunderhawks are a disgrace. Probably shouldn't exist. Yeah, in my opinion, if Thunderhawks really need to exist, they shouldn't hit that hard. Um, oh man, there's the file floods because now they can only generate once per game the experience of vocables. So if I want it, I have to go into that stupid vault. Yeah. And everyone knows that going into that kind of stupid vault is just gonna result in you dying. So for practical purposes, it didn't generate, and it cannot generate this game. I guess it's fine. It's not like I truly need it, but it would have been nice to have it. As a gems category, the banner is to get many gems in one game. Oh, I see. Well, yeah, it is a speedrunner banner, not the kind of thing that I care about. What is this that I'm not picking up? For some reason, my auto pickup was turned off at some point. Okay. Bitrify 34%. Glad that I checked. We don't want to be bitrified in this particular occasion. That would happen to be pretty bad. Drugs Hand is such a powerful ability. Ouch. I guess it's fine, I don't have the resistance, so it's understandable that I got seriously corroded. Fear? Okay. It fears pretty much everyone. I should not go downstairs, because downstairs is Bolts 5. I guess that gives me time to re-teleport. Yeah, okay, pretty quick teleport. We take those, I'm not gonna complain. Heavy Greatsword. I found more exciting items. In fact, I am carrying the Plutonium Sword, and I'm still not gonna use it. It's a shame. That item I feel only gets to me whenever I don't have any interest in using it. The Plutonium Sword. I think it's a pretty cool item, but I pretty much never have the chance to use it. Yeah, the two-handers are a lot more difficult to use and a lot more exotic than the one-hander on Randards. The one-hander on Randards are just like straight up crazy strong, like Arga and Rift and the Scepter of Torment and lots of them, right? Like they're actually insane. And the two-handers are like, oh, silly thing like the Maze of Variability or Firestarter or etc., right? Like they're not bad, but they're definitely gimmicky things more than actually crazy strong items. Um, Polymorph no longer heals. A Plutonium Sword got a big buff. Also, you think the possible polymorphs might be more in your favor now? That's nice. I appreciate the fact that like you can no longer randomly buff a monster by hitting it. That never made a lot of sense to me. Um, wow, these guys are killing me. Oh, Thunderhawk. Of course, that's why I'm dying. Oh, delightful. But at least I got put right next to the Thunderhawk, so maybe I can kill it. It blinked away. No, dude. You completely missed the Thunderhawk. The Thunderhawk is almost dead. The Thunderhawk blinks away. Oh man, that sucks. Now I am in a pretty awkward position. I'm gonna read Fear. I don't think I die from 140 in one turn. So I can read Fear instead of blinking or anything to survive. But yeah, I hate Thunderhooks. Thunderhooks shouldn't exist. Oh man. Fogo. Okay, of course. Of course. That's so much damage, dude, because Thunderhook pretty much. It would be nice to get a teleport right about now. Okay. On transform. Okay, get the regen. Retransform. Alrighty, I think that it's probably for the best that I leave this place. I'll come back later. Do you think I'm strong enough for Shoals? I think that Shoals is gonna be more of the same. Like if I'm having a rough time here, I'm gonna have a rougher time in Shoals because Shoals is comprised entirely of monsters that can hit you from afar. Getting a bit of lag. How come you don't know how to get there? Don't tell me these guys are like... No, they're not guarding anything. Okay, I did seal off these merfolk because they were kind of annoying to deal with. Alrighty. I used so many consumables in that Bolts 4. I should have left a lot earlier. Still waiting for statue form. The moment we get statue form is the moment that I start training other things that are not fighting. Why do I have 24 fighting? Let's train on armed combat. Yeah. I mean, having 24 fighting is pretty good, not gonna lie. Don't misunderstand me, but I feel like I overtrained it a little bit. And maybe I should have put that experience towards other things. Come on, statue form any second now. We get statue form and I can train shields and I can train throwing and it's gonna be awesome. Also my resistances will be a lot better, I think. I would like to believe. Something really nice is that this amulet that I just found, like this amulet is incredible. It's so good. I didn't have, well, outside of Dragon Form, I don't have fire resistance. I didn't have the resistance to negative. Regen is the previous amulet that I was using, so that's nice. And 5 strength obviously is incredible. 3 intelligence to avoid dying to brainlessness. Yeah, it's extremely, extremely useful of an amulet. Oh, it's getting laggy. Wait a second. Why? How? That's not meant to be. Excuse me. I feel scammed. You see that? That merfolk threw a net at me and it actually worked. And it shouldn't work because I'm in dragon form. I don't understand. Like, um, if snakes cannot constrict me because I'm in dragon form, I feel like you also shouldn't be netted or shouldn't be nettable if you're in dragon form. Just as monster dragons cannot be netted um, because they're just too big. But what do I know? Maybe that's a bug that needs to be reported. Yeah, then the merfolk threw a net at me and I got netted and I didn't think of it until after I realized, wait a second, I'm in dragon form. That cannot happen. That merfolk is cheating. I'm willing to explore elf as well for statue form. I really, really want that. But yeah, like I'm hoping that Roxanne is here. Maybe if she's not here in Shoals, I can find her in Elf. If she's not in Shoals or in Elf, she might be in Depths. Rough position to be in. Yeah, took a ton of damage here. In fact, I'm still taking a ton of damage. 2 pips of willpower. Let's try reading Fear. Maybe that works. Okay, it did work. I wanted to use Curare, but cannot use Curare in Dragon form. Yet another reason to go for statue form. Oh man, that's so annoying. I'm gonna use willpower. Yeah, Trog's hand for immunity to being feared by those guys. An hour and a half. It's wonderful how fast you can go through the game on a really strong character. And yes, I would say that this is indeed a really strong character. Alrighty, we position, we read fear. No, not fear, we read immolation. Fear is what I'm about to produce on these guys. Okay, breath weapon, one of roots, 10 of tremor stones, and the explosions begin. Yeah. Best way to deal with this bolt. Don't let them get out, just like immolation and have them all explode. We get a heavy executioner sax. Once again, we're not using that. I need more green tea, which is actually more stevia tea than green tea. It's not hot anymore, but I don't mind. What did I just get? There was a stack of 10 potions. Enlightenment, okay. I don't think that will be important to use. When it comes to the willpower effect, I already have Trog, right? So if I need willpower, I just use Trog's hand. And it gives me more willpower and regen. I don't even need to kill everything here, but might as well. You never know when one of these houses is gonna have statue form. Okay. Now we go to decisions. I can go to depths, but I kind of want to go to elf. Let's go to elf. As I said earlier, we just have to be careful with my lack of resistances. These are ruined, right? Okay, they're ruined. Yeah, I don't want these guys opening that because they're pretty strong. This is a great game to start a tournament, by the way. Like, even if I die, I already got to use my dragon form for a good amount of the game. And I appreciate that, because sometimes I die with really cool items in my inventory that I don't get to use. And those are the most frustrating games, like what may have been, you know? And you will never actually know, you will never see it realized because you just happen to die really quickly. Those are the worst kind of games. Whenever you get taunted with something really good and then you die almost immediately afterwards, or like before you can actually put it to good use. Oh man, Annihilators hurt a lot. It's a shame that I didn't get like repulsion. No repulsion for this character. Even if I had it, by the way, it's a scarf, so I cannot use it in Dragon form. Dragon form locks the entirety of your gear away from you. Everything is melted. Well, when I say the entirety of your gear, I mean not potions, of course. Second bolt that I find like this. This one is a bit harder with tentacle monstrosities and stuff. I'm gonna drink cancellation because I got too heavily corroded. And I can deal with these guys if I'm not heavily corroded. I'm gonna use another focus so I don't get randomly feared and those brains don't summon random stuff. Yeah, there we go. Okay. I like opening this because it has some consumables at the start. Like, you don't have to actually fight the player ghost. I guess you can if you want all those potions. Oh, Randart hat. Oh man, I have to kill that guy. I have to open that and destroy that ghost. Yeah, cannot pass on a Randart hat, but I want to do that immediately. I want to do that immediately. We're still searching for Roxanne and for a statue form. Big important things to find. Statue form and Roxanne, because Roxanne can give me statue form. Ouch. Stop. Okay. Only for it to happen again. And these Deep Elf Knights are so annoying with their Troll Icicle. At least I'm not weak to cold anymore, but yeah, that's another thing that would be easily solved by finding statue form. Statue form would make that into straight up not an issue. At least I can deal with like any one of these things, but if I am fighting 3 or 4 Deep Elf Knights at the same time, yeah, that's the point at which they get really, really damaging and dangerous, in fact. So if I win this, I'm most likely gonna get Speed Demon 3. We still have good amount of time, over an hour, to get Speed Demon 3. I would also get the banner for winning a game with a God from a Faded Altar. It would be nice. But not much else. Well, you know, apart from generic banners, just like winning and winning with a God and that kind of thing. Yeah, I'm not gonna be doing any special kind of gameplay for the tournament. I will try to play different stuff, like different gods, different species, different backgrounds. Maybe a little bit of NEMS choices, if the NEMS choices are not terrible. But I won't try to go for like speed runs or anything. Maybe Lord of Darkness 3, since I do it every tournament. It is pretty disappointing that I haven't been able to do it in the last couple of tournaments. Yeah, it's kind of insane. But it is one of the most difficult things that you can do in this game, Lord of Darkness 3. So it's fine. My dissolution over not being able to do it is because I feel like sometimes it is just randomness, like it is a matter of you getting lucky with the correct character generation and the correct loot that you find in the earlier parts of the game, and that kind of thing. And if you don't get lucky with those things, then it's not gonna happen. Lord of Darkness 3. I don't want to do that yet. One-shotting Elf Annihilators feels pretty nice. It's not something that's unique to a character like this one, but it certainly is very satisfying. My damage rating with unarmed combat is about 118 because I've been training unarmed combat a bit. Also, I've been gaining crazy amounts of strength as well. I am now at 48 strength. Oh man, 4 Scrolls of Blinking. That's really, really nice. We haven't used a single one in the whole game. Good luck with the tournament. Yeah, I hope that you all enjoy the tournament as well. Oh man, that was my fault because I didn't use Stroke's hand. Um, it had a 34% chance to do that. At this point in the game, we're fine. Like, I don't think it's gonna kill me. I might even get the rune from here. We're in Abyss 3 already. Dangerous. Not so dangerous for my character. In fact, I should probably go over here, see what we got. Wait. Better use the Silent Spectre body as a way to protect me from that Black Draconian Knight. I wanted to bring it with me on an epic journey through the abyss, but unfortunately I pressed tab a bit too much. I don't want that thing to hurt me, and I don't want to go down. Ouch. Got tormented, but not as much as you would think, because I have a little bit of resistance. It's nice to have a little bit of resistance. You attack the Abyssal Rune. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Oh man, it's very far away. That's it, right? Well, I am at least glad that I'm going in the right direction. Hey, let's go. Okay, okay, Rune. I'm so excited. No, okay, okay, okay. Calm down. Calm down. I really want that. Don't shift it away from me. How do I even get there? This ball requires potions of flight. I'm glad that I already have permaflight. Gateway leading out appears. Okay, funny thing. It seems that these gateways leading out can replace even lava. Like I'm floating over lava and it replaced it. Cool. Okay, where's my rune? Not behind this door, at least. Okay, maybe it is in the other one. Rune is highlighted? Oh, yeah. Okay. Still highlighted. I thought that it had been deleted. What is this? War gargoyle. Okay, nothing to really be afraid of. Okay, maybe being petrified is not great. Okay, we were fine. Pretty nasty bolt. And there we go. 3 runes. That's enough to enter the realm of Sot. There is a banner for getting 4 runes before entering depths, right? Maybe I should try to get that. Can this character do slime? Okay. I did think a good amount before reading that teleport, believe it or not. I was like, oh man, if I land in there, I'm probably gonna die. The danger of being petrified was that the abyss would take you away from the rune. I was also thinking War Gargoyle could hurt while I'm petrified and I cannot dodge anything. But yeah, being shifted away would have been really annoying. Fortunately, it didn't happen. Mm. I hope this place has a statue form for me. I really want it. Like all of these fights where I'm taking obscene amounts of damage really quickly, and like even if it's not a lot of my max HP, it's still unnerving to see that you lost 120 HP in 2 turns, right? Um, all of these fights that where I'm having that issue will go away. Like the amount of fights where I take a ton of damage real quick is gonna go way down the moment that I get statue form. It will be huge. And even if my damage will decrease, like I prefer not exploding over deleting monsters because even like no matter how strong your melee is, if you're meleeing things, you're only gonna be destroying one monster per turn in like the absolute best of situations um, where you're hitting everything, like 100% success rate with your melee kind of thing, which is obviously not gonna happen. Um, so you might as well have better defense than better offense when it comes to melee. And better offense and better defense when it comes to something that is a bit more certain than melee, like Firestorm or Shatter, for example. That debuff that oh, it was not a debuff, it was a Spriggan. But yeah, it felt like a debuff in the sense that it was a strong spellcaster. Anyway, you know what I mean. What that strong spellcaster I played the other day was really enjoyable. Um, I wish I could play characters like that more often, but I feel like the stars need to align in order for me to be able to have such a character. So many annihilators. Annihilators are among the worst things that I can see because since I don't have a lot of evasion, they can hit me pretty hard. But even on max damage rolls, it's not so terrible. Like it's not even 1/3 of my max HP. The thing is that it's not alone. So like if I'm fighting 3 of them at the same time, things could get pretty rough. Okay, we got 22 unarmed combat. Let's train more fighting. With a bit of luck, we find statue form now, and I can train all the other things that I've been thinking about training. Storm form is not what I want. I don't think it's even that good, is it? Yikes. Bonus armor class +6, +15 at max skill. Bonus evasion +7, +27 at max skill. Unarmed combat base damage 16, max 33. For a second I thought that I saw the user also gains immunity to electricity, and I was like, oh, finally it gains immunity to electricity in storm form, but it doesn't seem to be the case. Storm form is game winning. I don't know if I agree. Like, I feel like people really love storm form, but I feel like it's a lot of investment for not a lot of return. It certainly makes you not as tanky as other forms. Like for example, I would have really liked statue form a lot more than storm form. I don't like that you cannot drop melded items. It saw some nerfs in 0.31. Manual of dodging. Well, I mean, why not? Guide gimbal. Sleep +6 ring. Willpower ring. I'll carry it. Fortunately, I have enough intelligence so that equipping that is not a terrible thing. We didn't see Roxanne, and we didn't see what I needed to see, what I wanted to see. I didn't buy it earlier, but I think that now I have to buy this Ring of Cold Resistance and Resistance to Corrosion because I'm thinking of going to Slime. And well, I'm using a Ring of Cold Resistance anyway, so might as well with a better one. Um, my resistances are not looking so terrible, though I'm lacking the terrible or like the very important resistance to electricity. Hola, Star Polemic, thank you for stopping by. Let's go do slime as I said earlier. Oh, you don't know how to get there because it's guarded by Oclops. Hey, look at that, there was a Jiva altar here. Not that I would have abandoned so Trog for Jiva. I think I'm strong enough to just kill everything here. When it comes to the Royal Jelly, I think I can beat it. Oh man, instant confusion from the Golden Eye. 34%. You know what? Fair enough. Am I running around with no willpower equipped? I'm doing that because I decided that not having cold resistance was more scary. Yeah, I remember. So it is all the result of my own choices. It would be nice if I could, yes, just get Drog's hand so I can actually... Weakness to fire, come on. I at least have a ton of potions of mutation. I only have 8 in my inventory, but I have more in the floor. They just haven't gotten them. Yeah, like 7 more in the floor. That's certainly enough to give myself, or to get rid of this weakness to fire, which right now it doesn't do a lot. It's not something that I have to worry about immediately. I can just get rid of all my bad mutations by the time I'm done here, and I can then like maybe roll for something better. Is this the normal ending? I think it is the normal ending. Astur Jelly, okay. First one that I see. Normally you would be afraid of fighting these without cold resistance, but I'm more afraid of fighting them with weakness to cold. That's why I'm using a Ring of Cold Resistance. Waiting for statue form. In fact, I'm here for the rune because I want the 6 rune achievement. Or like the 4 rune achievement. I don't want the 6 rune achievement. For that I would have to do Tomb and Bolt. And wait a second. I just thought of something. I have a Death Talisman. So I could do the tomb achievement, or like I could do tomb. I just have to train for it. No, you know why I'm not gonna do it? Because I want to go eat. Yeah, I started this. I haven't eaten anything in the whole day, and I'm starting to get kind of hungry. So I just want to get rid of this character by winning, of course, and go eat something. Yeah, otherwise I would do it. And I also don't want to like to just pause the character. Um, it's nice that these guys are not so scary. Otherwise, big form that confused would be kind of terrifying. If any one slime that is actually strong was like there, it would have been absolutely horrendous of a situation. Might and haste. And maybe I shouldn't be doing this with the amount of HP that I have, but we are already too committed on Wand of Light. We punch the Royal Jelly, and the Royal Jelly summons 17 dudes, okay. And then we walk away and we read Immolation. And we use Tin of Tremor Stones, or not, because we don't have it. Bread Weapon. Tin of Tremor Stones would be so good here. I'm getting hit pretty hard every turn, which is kind of worrisome. Yeah, this is not great. I don't have Trox's hand. I'll get rid of the royal jelly, right? Okay, so now I'm going to. I don't know if I can make it to the stairs. Like, I'm hasted. Are you faster? Normally it travels faster than you, but I'm sure that while I'm hasted, it doesn't travel faster than I do. I think that I can outrun it. The thing is, of course, the acid shots. Oh, I'm getting attacks of opportunity. Oh man, I hate that attacks of opportunity are a thing that exists in the game. But I didn't have to blink, so that's nice. I was thinking of blinking so hard when I started getting attacks of opportunity. Okay, now let's get rid of 6 rock slimes. By the way, it's not nice that I got hit for 66 the turn that I entered this place. Definitely do not appreciate that. Let's read a teleport. Okay, that went fine, you know? I could have... Oh man, I forgot. I keep forgetting to use Trox Hand the moment I see golden eyes. Because it's not something that I normally have to do. Fragile? Seriously, what made me fragile? Oh, yeah. Glass eye. Glass eye. Only the divine Jiva could form such a curious servitor. Vitrifying gaze. I bet that you don't want to get hit by like a big slime creature while you're fragile. Oh, completely suppressed. Okay, that's. I think it's pretty cool that if you're in dragon form, you you cannot be made weak to fire because you're in dragon form. That's nice. Like your mutation is completely suppressed. I still want to get rid of it because I still want to get rid of dragon form. But I am very glad that I skilled and like did everything pretty much the way that I wanted to do it. Um, I said earlier I don't want to train for a shield because if I train for a shield, I might never find statue form, and then all that experience goes to waste. And what ended up happening? I never found statue form, and all that experience would have gone to waste. But I have the foresight to not do it. Mm. Unless I find statue form here, fingers crossed. Manual of Armor. Man, I really wish. Yeah, it actually wouldn't do anything, a Manual of Armor. Even if I happen to find gold scales or something immediately, I wouldn't be able to enchant them, and they would. Manual of Shields. Wow, this character is finding some really banger manuals. That amulet is so good. I need to pick that up. That actually is a great amulet. What do we drop here? I'm thinking of dropping the throwables because it's too late into the game to be training for those things. And like the amulet is great. The amulet is super good. Of course, the regen property I would miss, but I would really like to have all of those resistances that the amulet is providing. Mm. Manual of ranged weapons. We don't care about that. Yeah, do note that this character should have started as a gladiator instead of a hunter. That was my intent, but it hasn't really mattered a lot. Well, we have 4 runes, right? We have 4 runes. So now it's time for me to go to depths, and then we're gonna go to Sot, and then we're gonna win the game. Even without statue form. Even if the game doesn't want to give me statue form, I can still do all of those things. Mm. Especially now that I found this amulet. Like, just for so you can see, and so I can see as well, I suppose. Let's equip it. And 2 pips of fire resistance, 2 pips of cold resistance, resistance to electricity, very important. Poison resistance, which I have because Dragon Form has it. And yeah, like this is pretty good. This is amazing. Um, and 16 armor class, which is not good, but it's okay. It's certainly manageable. In 0.31, the royal jelly became immune to throwing nets. Man, people really did do the thing with the throwing nets, right? That's wild. I never tried it. Alrighty. Troc gave me a dagger of flaming. As if I'm going to switch from 118 damage rating with unarmed combat to a dagger of flaming. Confused. Why? Stop doing that. Everything is confusing me. What is confusing me? Do you have confused melee? Oh, that's so nasty. That's new, right? Norris didn't have that before. And that guy is nasty. That was really scary, not gonna lie. Come on, I'm waiting for the water to wear off so I can get out of here. I'm thinking that I don't know if what's better between. Okay, we should re-teleport. Yeah, like I really wanted to get out of here, and here's the stairs. The stairs are supposed to be in the tile that I am in right now, but Norris, with a final act of spite, made it so that I couldn't escape. That does last for a very large amount of time. Like, come on, get me out of here. Starting to think that I should read another teleport. Yeah, we have to keep in mind that I got rid of a substantial amount of, or rather, I got rid of my only source of regen. That's not me being a troll. So yeah, now I have a lot less sustain than I did before. So I have to be very careful with the kind of fights that I take. Um, the Earth Mage doing that kind of ruins things a bit. It's not so terrible, but it is kind of annoying. If another Earth Mage appears, oh man, there's a lot of enemies here. Okay, we're gonna beat another teleport. Stop doing that. Troc's hand. Bolt of cold hits you, you resist. Oh boy, imagine if I didn't have the 2 pips of cold resistance. How hard would that have hit me? Um, Alright. Please let me rest to full resources. Please let me rest. Okay, it's not gonna let me rest. But it's fine because I don't need to. I can always do this. And now we're perfectly safe. No single monster that I find will be able to kill me from the amount of HP that I'm in right now. Like it's impossible. Not even this guy. Uh-huh. Maybe there was a like what kind of monster would have beaten me from half HP like by while being forced to be within melee range at the start of a fight? Maybe BB. Like maybe if BB had generator of spark hit, maybe those could have beaten me in single combat. But I feel like if those had somehow appeared in my kill hole, I would have just berserked them. And I feel like if I'm berserk, I would have been able to beat them. Or rather, I have like the best chance to win. But I still think that maybe they could have won if I had gotten especially unlucky. Um, I didn't do the entirety of Balls 4, right? I could always go back, but I kind of don't want to. Mm. It's nice to have 400 HP. That's definitely pretty cool. I'm glad that I decided to go for the Dragon Form um, Talisman. I keep confusing Talisman and Amulet. In my imagination, they're practically the same thing. It's nice that I went for it because it's what's been carrying me through the game pretty much. Yeah, if I hadn't gone for it, I don't know if I would have gotten this far. Probably wouldn't have actually. Yeah, you remember that thing that I said in Lair where, like, when I took off the harm source, um, if you think about it, Dragon Form is kind of like having harm. In fact, it's a lot better than having harm, but without the downside. In fact, it's a bit of an upside because you get a lot more HP. Mm. So I used up my manual of dodging. I got to 11 dodging, and now I have the massive 12 evasion. To be completely fair, Dragon Form does have a penalty in evasion, so like I was never gonna get a lot of evasion, even if I got like 4 or 5 manuals of dodging. Mm. Especially not with 13 dexterity as well. Maybe if I increase my dexterity, but at this point it's a bit too late to do such a thing. These guys are draining me pretty hard. Oh, I got flayed. Okay, we're fine. That's kind of scary. Am I going for 15? No, I'm going for 4, which I already have, and then I'm going to eat, and then I'm gonna take a break of a couple of hours, and then come back and play another game a bit later today, as I like to do in the first day of the tournament. And then I'll come back on Monday, yeah, or maybe on Sunday. I still don't know, but most likely not on Saturday. Juggernaut, please don't kill me. Okay, 54 is manageable. I feel like I hit the Juggernaut harder than the Juggernaut hit me, and the Juggernaut hit me pretty hard. It was full HP, and it went from full HP to almost dead in one attack. Yeah, you gotta love Dragon Form. Dragon Form is so funny, even if it got nerfed. What do you think about the idea of certain things, or more things, I should say, because there's certain things that are already scaled with experience level, but more things, more tangible things that scale with experience level? Like maybe experience level should make it so that you do more damage with your unarmed combat. Like maybe. Um, Probably doesn't make a lot of sense. Yeah, it's just a thought that randomly came to mind. Like, I've been using Dragon Form for so long that I feel like I should have gotten pretty good at using it to kill things. And it's not like I have not. I definitely have been training for fighting and unarmed combat a good amount. Iron Dragon and Juggernaut. These are some kind of scary monsters. What is with this bolt? Okay, I lost a bit too much HP. I think that maybe it is in my best interest to re-teleport. At some point I had 17 teleports. What is that? Crystal Spears? No, Smites. I don't know if I like the idea of that. Yeah, because they could have just smitten me and I would have lost a good amount of HP. Mm. With 423 HP, by the way, it's not that impactful to get smitten like 3 turns or 3 times in the same turn. But I still like to avoid it if possible. We got Frostbite, which doesn't matter. We got the 9th Scroll of Blinking. They really do stack up if you don't use any in the whole run. But yeah, I went for such a long period of time with only having 1 Scroll of Blinking. And it could have been 0 very easily, but I remember that Scroll of Butterflies pushes monsters away from you. That scroll is so good. Scroll of Butterflies. You know what? I don't want to be banished, so might as well Trox Hand to not be banished here. Fire skills. I mean, it's way too late into the game to even think about using those. The only way for me to not be stuck in dragon form for the entirety of SOT is for me to find Parkit and then kill Parkit and then grab those gold skills and use them. That's the only way. If or set your form, of course. But I mean not being stuck in a form more generally. Um, oh, I got shafted all the way down to depths 4. I kind of don't want to be here. What is that? Cigarette? This game I didn't get a gauntlet. I think that it's very safe to fight in this position because if anything bad happens, I can just jump into a teleport trap. Talking about bad things happening, I got howled on. Yeah. Titi Metal. You're not gonna torment, are you? I mean, anyway, I can just kill you easily. I'm not so concerned by that because, like, it's tormentors and Titi Mime. Like, who cares? Yeah, that one spawned in a very inconvenient position, so I did want to get rid of that one. Doomhound. You have mastered fighting. Okay, that's pretty cool. How much charges of digging do I have? Still 11. That's really nice. I think that I found 2 or 3 wands of digging in this game. There's such impactful things to have. Wand of digging. So, I don't think I ever got tormented. I got howled on, and I didn't get tormented even once. That's just how ridiculous my damage output is. What do you have? You have a ton of evasion, which makes it kind of annoying for me to hit you. It has about 55% chance to dodge my stuff. Very annoying. The Ring of the Mage too. And Quicksilver scales. Not that I would use them. Yeah, if I as I already said, like the only way for me to not be in a form is for me to use spark hits as scales. That's the only way. That came close. I took a lot of damage there. I have the resistance, so it's fine, right? Ouch. 37 and 22. Okay. Okay. Maybe I should have Berserked instead of trying to use heal wounds there. Yeah. So a couple of months ago, when my cousin came to visit, I got my Steam Deck that was shipped to him, and it's been nice. Haven't tried playing crawl on the Steam Deck. Like obviously, when I say play crawl, I don't mean play crawl on the go. I mean use the Steam Deck as a computer and just like plug in a keyboard and play crawl like that, because playing crawl on the go, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot better games to play than crawl on the go. Um, yeah, like for example, something that I do use my Steam Deck for a good amount on the go is for playing Lumines or Metroidvanias. Um, for most Metroidvanias, playing on the go is gonna be okay. I wouldn't recommend it for the original Metroid, of course, since the original Metroid doesn't have a map. Pretty much, if your Metroidvania has a map, which is like 99% of Metroidvanias, it's gonna be fine to play on the go. But if it doesn't have a map, then you better dedicate all of the attention to it. Um, yeah, I've also been setting it up so that I play, or so that I can play emulators and stuff. Like the way that I've talked to, the way that I've talked about it with friends and family is that it's pretty much like every game console that I've ever had, plus all of my Steam games on the go, like it all combined, and all enabling me to take it so that I can share those experiences with family and friends. It's really really cool. Like it is one of the greatest things that I've ever bought. I'm very happy about my Steam Deck. Yeah, not to mention that part of the fun is also messing with it and like getting some stuff for it and that kind of thing. Um, like getting stuff off the internet, like emulators in this case. Should get Steam Deck to sponsor me. I don't think Valve cares about sponsoring anything or anyone. They already make ridiculous amounts of money, so much that they would most likely not get anything from sponsoring, even people that are significantly larger than I am. But yeah, if somehow anyone involved is watching this, do consider giving me some money. I would appreciate it. It would be really nice. I cannot believe that I've done all of these bolts and I still haven't found statue form. Like, come on, give me statue form already. Oh, this guy has Moonthrow letter? Yes, it does have Moonthrow letter. I think that I want to wear that myself. The glass eyes are not... they don't require line of fire. They just require line of sight. On transform, drop these and these, and we're gonna wear these and these. Okay, I have 19 armor class without my form, which is nice. And without my form, my base damage is 76, which is of course really high. Um, it's not as high as what I had on my form, but still pretty high. Just out of curiosity, I see that I have a Blade Talisman here. Defense armor class -1, minus 34% of your body armor, 3 base armor class. Okay, 3 base armor class. Did Moonthrow letter get, or did Throw letter get nerfed? It did. It used to be 4 armor class. Why is it 3? Why is it only 3 now? Doesn't make a lot of sense. Why did it get nerfed? Or rather, was that nerf necessary? I feel like it makes sense for Throw letter to be a bit more protective than regular letter, not to mention the special magical property of the region. Um, there was a Randart hat guarded by a ghost, and I do want that, so we're gonna go back for that. You don't know how to get there. How come? You know how to get there. Don't lie to me. You know how to get there. It's not even that hard. Oh, you don't know how to get there because I got shafted. Okay, let's go upstairs. And now you know how to get there. Um, Getting a little bit of lag. There were so many ranged characters got early throw letter and never took it off. I mean, I feel like the devs wouldn't have that issue if range didn't have that ridiculous penalty for heavy armor. Like, of course, people are gonna use the best and lightest armor that they can get their hands on, and that often happens to be throw letter. Um, yeah, the more the game goes on, the better light armor you're gonna find, like acid scales or swamp scales, and then later quicksilver scales maybe. Um, if you get really lucky, pearl scales. Seems that I never fully explored these. Why? Maybe my statue form amulet is there, or whatever it is. It's not an amulet. Getting rid of the cacodemons first. And there we go. I only got seriously drained. Maybe I should have done that in dragon form. This bolt is so silly. Like, look at what I'm doing. I'm picking up an item, then waiting, and then like waiting for the drain to wear off, and then picking up another item. I didn't pick up the hat. I guess not. What did I pick up then? Oh, you can't carry that many items. Okay. I'm gonna drink a potion of mutation because I have 15. Minus potion. I don't think I want to have minus potion. Aha! I want cold resistance. Beautiful. Amazing. Okay, we can get rid of these. We can definitely get rid of... No, no, I need the willpower. Or do I need the willpower? I don't need the willpower. But I still don't feel like dropping it. Okay. Resistance to electricity hat is nice. Yeah. That allows me to take off the cold resistance amulet that I have right now for the regen amulet that I just dropped actually. Gonna think about that. It works much better if I happen to get statue form. I cannot believe this. Yeah, doesn't appear. Oh well. Back to Sod we go. Oh, not Sod. Back to Depths we go. I don't know if I've fully explored this. Okay, we're pretty much done here. Let's see if there's any ghosts that I didn't kill. There's one on D14 that did have something interesting, right? Ghost on D14. Oh, it was another one of these bolts. Okay, yeah, I do want that. And I see that it has also a rand art or an artifact, but I don't know what it is. The Cloak of the Thief. Okay, yeah, I did know, and it's not very good. I can do this. The ghost says that is weak. Okay, and it doesn't have draining, which is also nice. I should have used the talisman before taking this fight. I don't really need to. Like, dude, I am an endgame character. Form or no form, I should be able to beat these guys that spawned on D14, right? Your health recovers twice as slowly from being drained. Oh, that's a new mutation. That's also kind of nasty. Actually makes drain into a significant bad thing. The best way to do this bolt, instead of just doing what I have been doing, is to use a port. But I'm a worshipper of Trog. Cannot cast a port. A port is nice because every character can use it. Okay, I'm running out of time. Only half an hour left. So better go for it. Oh, yeah. Use this. Unfortunate that I didn't find Baisu Shen. Like, there's a good amount of uniques that have talismans, render talismans. Baisu Shen has a dragon form talisman that could have been an upgrade, and I just didn't find it. Yeah, might as well go for it, right? Okay, we got gold skills. It's a bit too late for that. Imagine like this character is pretty good, but it would have been better and I would have won faster if I had found statue form. I guess I shouldn't be so confident that I am going to win, since after all I can still lose. I only have 16 armor class after all. Yep. Coco Willpower is a pretty incredible item. Um, but it doesn't matter because I'm not going to I'm not gonna on dragon form unless I somehow stumble into statue form. If I do, I will come back for that item. I think it should be fine. I don't think I should be terrified of an orb of fire. Berserkitis is annoying. I have to get rid of that. Yeah, I killed the orb of fire so easily. This is fine. Yeah, subdued magic obviously doesn't do anything. Okay. It's nice that I got rid of that mutation that made my HP recover more slowly, because look at how much I got drained by that Draconian Monk. I was not expecting it to have a weapon too, because Draconian Monks don't have weapons. They are generally unarmed. This would be a situation where maybe Stormform would be better, considering that I was around it. But Stormform also gives you way less HP. I'm about to be out of tea. Yeah, it's almost good, this tea. If I had added more green tea and less stevia. There we go, we're done. Protean progenitor. Okay. Begins to look like a sky shark. Nothing to be afraid of. Protean progenitors are funny. It's really funny how it explodes into other monsters, and you don't know what you're gonna get. What you are gonna get, however, is not gonna be that terrifying, but it's gonna be very buffed, so it's actually gonna pose a threat, and it's gonna be multiples of whatever it is. What is it? Fire dragon. Okay, yeah, that's fine. It would be nice if dragon form could also eat monsters like Maw form. It would certainly help a lot with the large amount of damage that you end up taking as an inevitable result of being in dragon form. Oh, I'm so hungry. I really am looking forward to my victorious meal after beating this character. I got frailness. I want to get rid of that. It's a good thing that I have so many potions of mutation. I got robustness, which is really nice. Look at that, I have 500 HP in dragon form. Um, this is a bit ridiculous. But not as ridiculous as it can get. The other day someone did like a robust 3 dragon form Oni of Elivilon with Divine Vigor, and you have like incredible amounts of HP. While berserking too, of course. I'm glad that I have cold resistance, because otherwise that shard strike would have been scary, like legit scary. You may think, oh, it's only one shard strike, but no, they're still pretty scary. Because they have a lot of actions per turn, and they can just choose to throw Icicle a ton of times per turn. There is lots of hell levels of HP. Yeah, there's some that have less. Asmodeus, I think, has less. Oh, come on. Yeah, max HP around 450, Asmodeus. Ereshkigal definitely has less. 350. Glork's block has also around 450. Yeah, 350. The ones that have more are Cerebov, Dispater, Antaeus definitely has more. Menolech. Menolech has 421. But yeah, like definitely Hell Lord's levels of HP. You are indeed correct. Let's go down. I still haven't found my statue form, and at this rate it seems that it's never gonna happen. 2 Curstos, very scary. At least they don't have evasion. Like, that's their one weakness. They don't have evasion because they fly and they have great resistances and they torment and they summon things that kill you after you get tormented. But at least they don't have evasion, so you can actually kill them really easy with dragon form. Killer Clowns no longer polymorph you, right? They do really nasty things to you now, but they don't polymorph you anymore. Next time I see one, I'm gonna inspect it. Tiamat with the dragon skin cloak. It doesn't even like matter to me. It's not impactful at all. The dragon skin cloak because dragon form. Strange structure made out of transparent doors. Seriously? That's lame. That door bolt is like this now. It's a lot of ghosts with the same. Like it's a lot of ghosts that are exactly the same. You see that? It's three of them. You don't see it in tiles. Let me scroll lower. Yeah, take a look at that. Three ghosts that are the exact same. Minotaur Abyssal Knight of Lugonu. Minotaur Abyssal Knight of Lugonu. And that's not it. This is the third. This is the one. Yeah, Minotaur Abyssal Knight of Lugonu. All of them have the same amount of HP. Much less than I do, but I still don't want to open that. I know better than to open a door bolt. Even if it's a door bolt that I can see what's inside. Okay, that's actually really helpful. The blink from the Draconian Shifter. You make lots of noise you can see inside now because they open the inner doors. 500 HP, yeah. It can get even higher too. Oh, Tiamat flies? Oh, I guess you fly now. Oh man, I can beat her, but not at this amount of HP. If I'm at full HP, I can beat her easy. Especially if she doesn't have any support. I would berserk her. Okay, if she's I can just sit here and berserk her. There we go. 751 HP on berserk. This is pretty funny. I look forward to winning this character and having this be the highest HP character that I'll ever win. Yeah, hopefully I retain the robust one because I have robust one. If I lose that, then I won't have 751 HP while berserking. That is Antaeus levels of HP. Let me drop some stuff. Let's on-transform. Let's drop this hat of stealth and this cloak. And let's wear the hat that I am carrying and the dragon skin cloak. Okay, now in troll form I have 21 armor class. Not terrible. I still don't want to be in troll form, by the way. I want to be in dragon form. I've talked about this multiple times, but I always am surprised by how beloved Skyrim is. Like for me, it is not a particularly interesting game because it's so open world, and the story has like 5 or 6 quests. So when I played it, I did literally like I went um, for the story, like that's pretty much all that I did. Like I didn't bother with anything secondary. I just went for the story, and I was surprised by how quickly the main story ended. I found it pretty ridiculous. Also, not particularly difficult. That's a common trend in my chances to appreciate a game. Like if a game is difficult, if I feel like I am stimulated by the challenge, I'm more likely to like the game. And I didn't feel anything like that in Skyrim. So for me, it has never been like that kind of beloved game, but like people mod it like crazy and they replay it and they have weird situations with their characters that they mod into the game and they turn the dragons into Thomas the Tank Engine and that kind of thing. So for some reason, people really like it. Very fair assessment of Skyrim. There's a lot to it if you know more about the lore of the world and read the in-game books and such. Oh yeah, I remember some in-game books. They were cool. Okay, SOT 5. Magic mapping. What do we have here? This looks pretty good. Look at this. There's like no traps over here. On the other hand, the other side is kinda rough. Not impossible. In fact, these permanent teleport traps are more of a tool for the player to use than an actual trap against the player. Alarm trap entrance. Yeah, alarm trap entrance on the other side. I could grab it and then like make a run for it over here. And that's probably what I'm gonna do. The main worry is that I don't have a lot of like when it comes to my fights. I don't know if you've noticed, but like it's not uncommon for me to lose like 100 or 200 HP fighting a single monster. So going into an extended fight with this character is a bit worrisome. I don't know if I want to do that. It is the kind of thing that a character that can kill monsters without taking a lot of damage can actually get away with very easily, but I don't know if this is that kind of character. Like, for example, yeah, the Orb Guardian hits you, you take 34 damage. That's the kind of thing that if it's happening to you consistently, you cannot do the alarm trap strategy. Or I could grab this alarm trap. Alright, let's do it. I hope that I do not get killed as a result of doing this. You roar for attention. Oh, I should probably haste. Might probably barely does anything, but I'm still gonna do it anyway. Didn't find a lot of potions on my this game. Get rid of the Orb of Fire. We don't want to lose the robustness. After all, I like having a 500 HP. Okay, we're killing things pretty alright. I would like to attribute that to might. Harmful yet strangely delicious bite that can inflict its victim with a number of irresistible and debilitating temporary effects. These include inducing vertigo, silence, fire, vulnerability, stat drain, or an aversion to drinking potions. The dreaded clear moon pie will even make any adventurer as fragile as his delicate flaky crust. Okay, yeah, just to say the moon pie could turn you into a bat or a pig. I'm glad that it doesn't do that anymore because that was easily the most ridiculously broken thing in the entirety of SOT. Getting hit by that and not having cancellation was almost a game ender. And getting hit by that with minus potion was literally a game ender. No more polymorph, yeah. Deep Troll. Berserking Deep Trolls could be slightly bad. And now it's gonna turn into a glowing orange brain, but I still have the regen, so it's fine. Or like the Trox hand. Alright, that didn't go bad at all. There were some high level monsters, but not that many of them that I noticed at least. Oh man, now I have 517 HP because I leveled up. I think this might be the first time ever that I'm playing Crawl and I'm disappointed by the fact that I gained HP. It's no longer 501, it's now 517. Great first character of the tournament. I hope that your first characters of the tournament are as satisfying as this one has been. Okay, summon the Wormy. Run away from it because it actually could ruin my day. It has Chaos Melee, so it can paralyze me. And if it can paralyze me, it can kill me. Even with 500 HP. So, I have 23.5 shapeshifting. I could do Orb Run Tomb because I have access to that form. So the way that I would do it would obviously be just like go grab the thing and then grab the orb and then just do Orb Run Tomb. Probably very unsafe and I should just take my win and do Orb Run Tomb with another character. I think the way that people do it is oh wow, unlucky teleport. It's okay. I think the way that people do it is that they do 14 runes and then they do a run tomb as the 15th. Silence. What else do you do? Plasma beam and silence. High evasion. I would rather not fight you. Oh man, I got thrown back into the fray. Okay, things are getting a bit ridiculous. Come on. First the scroll blinking of the whole game. Okay. Turns out that tabbing that guy was indeed the correct thing to do. Should have gone for it earlier. It seems to be done. We can still die in D1, but it's unlikely. Oh, Damnation and March of Sorrows. We should be fine. Alright, it is done. Before I end it, let's inscribe... Oh, wait. 2 hours and 48 minutes. Okay, still have time to do my things. Inscribe with... Yeah, I wish it was a statue form, but let's see. We got this on level 7 of the dungeon. I found the world's smallest bog. What do you mean by that? Do let me know before. The world's smallest bog. Oh, I think I know what you mean. Like shadow creatures summoning goblins in the Orb Run. It shouldn't summon goblins. Oh, the pie that vitrifies you was renamed to Peanut Brittle. And now it is something else. It was glass moon pie, right? Peanut brittle. Sounds tasty. But yeah, anyway, I am going to eat now. I need to eat. Let's get out of here. I have escaped. Ooh, that was fun. You know, this amulet that I found with 2 pips of like that amulet gave me all of the resistances that I needed. You can see it right there. The amulet on slot N. Wait, get HP. Oh, I forgot to berserk. Well, it's still 500 or so HP. It's pretty nice. Yeah, not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Yeah, look at all these people getting to Sick 26 and getting killed by an Iron Golem. That's wild. And here I am just like winning a boring troll 4 runes, random altar under 3 hours. Yeah, that was nice. I'll be back in a while, in a couple of hours, to play more of the tournament. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you all. See you around. Have a nice rest of your day or night or whatever. And I hope you enjoy the tournament as much as I enjoyed that run.